Hello children, once again welcome back to the session. We are discussing about reversible and irreversible changes. Reversible changes are nothing but we are able to get back the original substance but no new substance is formed. But whereas in the case of irreversible change, a change is called irreversible if it cannot be changed back again. In an irreversible change, new material are always formed. So what is this? We have cutted an egg and if we heat that, it changes into an omelette. So the omelette here is a new substance formed. This is an example of irreversible change. And what are some other examples, children? Yes, burning of wood. Next thing. Look at here. These are all some of the examples of irreversible change. They are baking. What is that? Cooking. That are baking and then mixing. Frying. What are the examples of irreversible change? Baking, mixing and then frying. Next we are going to see the next type of change. That is the third type. Natural change and man-made change. Natural and man-made. So look at here. Natural changes are changes. Natural changes are changes that occur naturally. And man has no part to play in these changes. Natural changes are changes that occurs naturally. And man has no part to play in these changes. So what is the example which is given here, children? So what is this? Observe this picture. Whether you are seeing this? Yes, observe this picture carefully. So the seeds are grown into a plant. Yes or no? So whether we are able to do that? No. So man has no part in this to play. So this is an example of natural change. And some other examples, can you remember, children? Volcanoes. I said you right. And then thunders, lightning, storm, tsunami, earthquake. So these are all natural changes. Next thing is man-made changes. What is it? Man-made changes. Man-made changes are changes that occur due to man. What is it? These changes occurs due to man and man plays a role in these changes. So who is important here? Man is important here. So what is this example? Building of houses. Yes or no? Okay. Now give me some other example of man-made changes, children. We have discussed more. Yes or no? Okay. Try to remember that and tell me. Yes, very good, children. So what are they? Pollution. Making the environment unclean. Whether nature is responsible for this or human beings. I said you about different types of pollution. Yes or no? So who is responsible for all these types of pollution? Human beings. Isn't it, children? So tell me some types of pollution. Soil pollution, water pollution, air pollution. Noise pollution, yes. Noise pollution is also there. So these are all some of the examples of man-made changes where human beings play a major role. Next one. What is the next one, children? Desirable change. Look at here. Desirable changes are those changes which we want to occur. So we wait for these changes to occur. So these changes are called as desirable changes. These changes are useful for us. So what are all the examples? Ripening of fruits, germination of seeds, change in season. For children. So these are all some of the examples of desirable changes. So we want these changes to occur. So if the fruits are not ripe, what happens? We are not able to eat them. If the seeds are not germinated, no plants will be there. And change in season is also important, because we can't live in the same summer season during the whole year. So these are all some of the examples of desirable changes. So look at this picture, observe it. What is this, children? What is it? Yes, very good. Ripening of fruit. Ripening of fruits. And the second thing is undesirable changes. Non-desirable or undesirable change are those which do not want to take place. So we don't like these types of changes to occur. So what is this, children? Look at here. Rotting of fruits and vegetables. Whether we like these changes to occur? No. We don't want these types of changes to occur. Then, so now we are going to have an overall view of what are all the changes which we had discussed. Are you ready, children? So note down this tabular column if you want. If you have not noted this, just have a note of this tabular column. What is the first one, children, we have seen? Yes, physical and chemical change. Physical and chemical change. What is the example of physical change given here? Sublimation. What is the sublimation, children? Yes, naphthalene balls. I said you right. So, the solid state directly converted into a gaseous state without undergoing a liquid state. The solid is converted into vapor without undergoing the liquid state is called as sublimation. Okay. So, chemical change, what is that example? Rusting of iron. What is the second change we discussed? Reversible and irreversible changes. What is the example of reversible change? Melting of ice. Irreversible change? Milk into curd. And what is the third one? Yes, natural change and man-made change. Rain. Deforestation. Yes. What do you mean by deforestation? Cutting down of trees is called deforestation. So what is the opposite word to deforestation? Yes, very good. Afforestation, that is planting of more trees. And then desirable change and undesirable change. And one more thing is, we have seen what? Natural change and man-made change. Slow change and fast change. What is the slow change? Germination of seed. Fast change? Bursting of crackers. So these are all some of the changes which we had discussed in this lesson. Up to this, whether you are clear, children, next we are going to see the final topic. What is it? Could there be other way to bring change? Either only these ways are there or some other ways are there to bring a change. Look at here. We find that a few ways to bring out change in a substance could be by heating. So the one way to bring a change is by heating. What is the first one? Heating. What is the second thing? Mixing it with other substance. First thing is heating it. Second one is mixing it with the other substance. And then we also find that some changes can be reversed while some others cannot be reversed. What is it? Some changes can be reversed and some changes cannot be reversed. So what is the topic we are going to discuss here? Expansion and contraction. Contraction and expansion. So what do you mean by expansion and contraction? When does it occur, children? Expansion occurs when we heat a substance. Expansion occurs when we heat a substance. Contraction occurs when we cool that. What is the best example which I said you here, children? Yes, what is it? It used to go, what is it? Coo. What is it, children? Yes, train tracks. I said you right, railway tracks. So there is some gap in the joining of two tracks. When the two tracks are joining, there we have a connection between those two tracks. I said you right, in summer seasons they expand. So they need some space to expand. And during rainy and winter seasons, they contracts. So if the joining is not there, what happens? So in case of summer season, no problem, these two tracks would touch each other. In winter, if they are contracted, what happens? There would be a gap between the two tracks. Yes? So there may be a chance of accident. That is why a joining is given between the center point of the two tracks where it joins. Okay? Look at here. In order to make tools like an axe, the ring of its iron blade, it is heated and allowed to expand. I said you right, while making an axe. How this axe is made of, children? Iron and wood. Yes or no? So how would they fix that wood into that iron? For this purpose, what is done there? This iron is heated. When it is heated, what happens? That hole expands. So at the time they used to insert that wood there and allowed to cool. So it contracts and held that wood tightly. Becomes larger in the size and then it's allowed to cool down to contract again. Becomes smaller in size, leading to a tight fit of the handle. Look at here, children, I said you right. How it is inserted when it is heated. When it is heated, this hole expands. There is more space. And at the time, what do we need to do? We used to insert this wood inside this hole, and it again allowed to contract. That is cooled. When it cooled, what happens? It contracts and fixes that tightly. And one more thing I said you right, children. Fixing of an iron wheel inside a wooden wheel. So what does happens here? Do you think the 2 points are connected, children? After folding there? No, not like that. So this iron wheel is heated. When it is heated, they expand. When they are larger in size, they are fixed inside this wooden wheel and allowed to cool. When they are cooled, it is held tightly. Clear, children? Up to this lesson ends, and the work which I am giving you is complete the book back exercise of this lesson. Complete the book back questions. If you are having any doubts while writing answers for this question, just clarify your doubts with me, okay? So, you need to write the answer of this lesson in your classwork. So, write date, chapter name, book back exercise questions. Start from the first question, okay? So, this is the work which I am giving you. If you have any doubt, just clarify your doubts with me. Clear, children? So, complete the book back exercise of this lesson in your classwork. So, whether you are clear with the work which I am giving you? Fine. Now, we are going to have a recap of this lesson. First, what we had seen the introduction of changes. Introduction of changes. Second topic is types of changes. You don't have, but have a note of it. It will be useful for you in the higher classes. That is physical change, chemical change, reversible change, irreversible change, man-made change, natural change, desirable change and undesirable change. These are all some of the examples of changes. One more thing, what is it? Fast change and slow change. Right, children? And then what is the second topic? Whether all changes can be reversed. So there we discuss about reversible and irreversible changes. The final topic is, could there be other ways of making changes? What we have discussed, the contraction and expansion. Yes or no? So up to this, here this lesson ends. So in the next lesson, we will be recalling one more lesson, that is chapter 12. Then we will enter into the new lesson. Okay, children? So complete your work and post it in the group. So children, I thank you all for listening the class. Read the book. Go through the book, underline the important keywords. Clear? So while you are writing your diary, write there how many minutes you have reading practice for a day. Okay? Thank you, children.